Hopefully I've set this up properly. But today we are going to be playing another Archipelago Max Randomizer. We tried this once when I was first setting up Archipelago. This is the randomizer program that lets you communicate with other games and whatnot. But it also has some unique settings for the Symphony of the Night randomizer that I wanted to try. So we're just going to hop into it. 3, 2, 1, go! Should be a good time. So the way that this works is every single enemy in the game is a potential check. So if I hit an enemy, it will give me a random item or relic or whatever just for hitting the enemy, which also means that, remind me when I get to Lesser Demon that Mudman is a check. Mudman and Richter both count as checks. That could potentially give me what I need. There's a world where hitting Richter gives me Holy Glasses, and that's my only way to progress through the game. We do start with a heart refresh. I want to say also, last time I did this, I played with glitches because this is a no logic randomizer. This time around, I want to play glitchless. Enemy stats are randomized this time around as well, so who knows what'll happen. So yeah, the wargs gave me an orange just for hitting them. That's the enemy sanity. Toadstool via zombies. That actually is pretty good because we can use the Toadstool skip to get up to Olrox's quarters. Oh, they're poison.
Eat my balls!
That's gonna be a new sub alert. I already know it. Xanadite. Thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate you. So already we're off to a fantastic start. The wargs are insane. Thank God. We have bats here. Let's get the item from the bats. Twilight Cloak. Huge. Hold on. New drip. TNT. So yeah, every time we grab a item, it'll show at the top, either from checking the location or by, like, you know, hitting an enemy here. So here I found an apple and a heart vessel for attacking these guys. They're too strong, however, and they're killing me, and everything is poison, apparently. Everything is poison damage, so let's just go. You do not need to kill the enemy, no. You just have to do damage to it. Essentially, having its name pop up here, entering it into the bestiary counts as doing a check. But yeah, every single randomizer setting that makes the game more random, I turned on, so I imagine this is probably going to take us like 3, maybe 4 hours to beat. If I had to guess, this is going to be a long one. So strap in, get comfy. I mean, the checks up there, it's a total of, yeah, 540 different checks. That's every single item location and every single boss and every single enemy in the game. So we'll see how quickly we can do all of those. And also, there's a chance that this is unbeatable as well, because it's a no-logic randomizer. There's no guarantee that the game is going to give me the things that I need to beat the game. If we get stuck, we can try and use some glitches to try and make some progress, but I'm going to try and do it glitchless, if I can. There are 2 different merman checks, yes, because there's 2 different types of mermen. Jewel Knuckles, that's massive. Fantastic. The red merman and the yellow merman count separately. Also, as soon as I find a warp, I can get this relic. I don't know what that relic is, but there is a relic there. That's another setting as well, the obscuring relic checks. Nice. Yes, only the first time you hit them. Think of it this way. When you enter an enemy into the bestiary, you get an extra item. That's it. So as soon as you enter the enemy into the bestiary, you get an item. That you could also do it for, like, taking damage, for example. Taking damage from an enemy counts as entering them into the bestiary, because their name pops up. Is Archie that different compared to regular rando, and is it worth setting up for a single game? If you want to have access to enemy sanity, yes. Essentially, there are certain settings that only exist via Archipelago. The enemy sanity is one of those settings. And then having a full item location randomizer is also only available in Archipelago. So, can I break this open with a TNT? I need one more thing to do damage to it. Does the monster vial do damage here? No, dude. I can't hit the stupid thing. I think Tetra Spirit won't hit it. Summon Spirit won't hit it. I don't think Hellfire will hit it. No. Bro. Well, we're gonna have to come back when we find like a sword or something, I guess. I don't have enough MP for Soul Steel either. Soul Steel would let me do it, but the other Hellfire, I don't think so, because the balls I don't think touch the ground. I'll try it just for your sake, but I don't think it'll work. What? Okay, that ball was touching the ground. I got scammed there 100%. What do you mean that doesn't break that open? Can I get a hitbox viewer on that? Hold on. What if I'm farther back? Dude, this game sucks. Never mind. This is my least favorite game of all time. Because of that one interaction. That's it. I give up. Oh, fucking... We found a sword. Turn it around. Good times. Good times, everybody. And this is going to be an important item. See? Zircon. And guess what? All the relics are going to be in the shop. So who's silly now? Ah! I failed my jump. Your balls touch the ground. Doesn't that hurt when you walk? Well, only when they're dragging, you know? Only when you drag them. Ow! At least we get the best music in the game. While we do all this. Lightning Mail, hold on. Extra defense, let's go. We also have a life apple, so if I find a familiar card, that would be pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. Pineapple. Ow. Okay. So we've done a ton of checks up to this point. Sagar and Gaibon are also in the enemy sanity, so I got a potion and a Toadstool from that. Candle sanity I do not believe exists anymore. That used to be a thing in the old Archipelago. But this Archipelago does not have it, so. Herald Shield, don't mind if I do. We can start shield dashing now. Seems like the connection to the Archipelago server is a little slower. But yeah, at this point we're just doing as many item checks as we can and hoping that we find progression. You need to be online to play this. I believe there might be a way to play it offline, but I don't know how that works, personally. I don't know how to host a local game like that. I just host it via the Archipelago website because it's easier to set up, I think. and it lets you have access to like the trackers and stuff that I'm using, but I could be wrong. I think there is a way to do it offline. I just don't know how to do it personally. Let's save the game in case something horrible happens to us. Yeah, it took a lot of messing around to get this to work for me. It's a pretty complicated setup. But it was fun. Or it's been fun to play them, I should say. We have to remember not to forget any enemies. And so far, I believe I've hit every enemy. And I think we've been doing every item check. We do have to go check the item or the enemies in the forbidden route. So I'm gonna go do that. We have the ghost down there, the skeleton boomerangs. There's the other guys. Scimitar guy. I didn't check this item, actually. What was this? It was pineapple. Okay. Enemy sanity for the marionette was a toadstool. So we have a few toadstools, so we can try and do the toadstool skip, which we probably should try and do, to be honest with you. Hold, library card. Oh, it's a meal ticket. Never mind. Do you think it's a good idea to add items containing songs like the DS games? What? I don't know for what purpose that would be a good idea, but another toadstool. So it seems like toadstool is a pretty common item, because I believe the item pool has been reduced. Like, it's randomized which items are even in the pool to begin with. So Skeleton gave me a sirloin. Ow. I got peanuts from the ghosts. Another toadstool. So yeah, the toadstool seems to be a very common item. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or not for us. Also, I believe it's technically possible to make this jump. It's like super precise, but... Oh, frick off, man. What? I'm not going to sit here and try and do that jump for like 10 million years. We'll probably find something else. We already know there's at least a relic available. I just have to get to Outer Wall in order to get to it. I don't think I've ever messed around with the song items. I mean, I don't know. Like, for casual reasons, I guess you could try and add those, but like... Symphony of the Night is a game that you can't just like add information to, like adding new soundtracks and stuff like that without breaking stuff, to my knowledge. To my knowledge, I don't think anyone has added an entire soundtrack to the game without having to like cut a sound or a song from the game, if that makes sense. Like, I am not a experienced ROM hacker, but to my understanding, disc-based games, in order to modify them, you essentially have to replace the data on the disc and make sure that that data is in the same exact spot as the data that you're replacing. Otherwise, when the game looks to read from that exact spot on the disc, like, problems happen if it's not like set up properly. Something like that. So small things where you can go to a location to just change like 1 or 2 bytes around, like the way the randomizer kind of works, is you just basically tell the game, instead of this, spawn this, is different than like instead of in order of equation you can. That's okay. You're not listening to me, and that's fine. Have a wonderful day. Oh, this kind of sucks, actually. Let me go save the game again, because I'm going to try and do the Toadstool skip. Oh, wait, but I need to get hit by a skeleton first. Hold on. Dude. At least my defenses are good. I actually need to get hit by the skeleton's bone, and I think it's the last thing that hits me. It has to be. I believe that's how this works. I'm just gonna make this a little bit easier on myself because I only have a couple of tries to do this. So I'm gonna just make a save state. I have 6 tries. I believe we have to... Oh, I also want to make sure that I have empty hand on the other hand, I think. Come on, bro. I also needed to spawn in a different spot, I think. Oh, there we go. We got it. Nice. And we get Ring of Vlad for that. That's pretty good. Huge. Crazy trick, I know. It's pretty rough. There is a world where that is the optimal trick for any percent, by the way. Shout out to the Toadstool route. That only works if you take damage from that skeleton, specifically the way that I did, because Symphony of the Night is a beautiful game that everyone loves. Oh my god, we're getting so rewarded. Merman statue, and the karma coin is in here. Let's freaking go, gamers. We already started a coin flip prediction, too. That's very funny. Well, then I could just, you know, it was meant to be. We already had a Gamba going, so it was Tails the whole time. Congratulations. I'm surprised nobody told me to do that earlier. Oh yeah, the other thing I would like to do here is check out these guys. I don't know if the individual floating guys count in the bestiary or not. Spectral Sword gave me an orange, and I guess the actual floating swords themselves didn't give me anything, so that's fine. I don't know if they show up in the bestiary or not. So one thing I can do as well is go check that relic that's locked by the teleporter. I think I am going to go do that. Because why not? And we do get 2 enemies here that we could also check. Oops. Ow. Dude gave me a life vessel. Ah! Ow. Dude, don't you just hate getting fucking flung across the room like that? Banana. It was a banana the whole time. Okay. Not bad. So we do know that there is a relic here, so let's go check it out. Using the spells before you get the spell book is cheating. The spell book's right here. Another Vlad, okay. So we're currently at 2 Vlads. What's with the weird label that pops up in the corner? It's all janky. It only appears janky to you because you don't know what it is. So. See, I would explain it further, but instead, I'm just going to make fun of you because you don't know. It can't be that it's some sort of coded system to showcase what type of damage the enemies have been randomized to. There's no way. No, it's just jank. Nothing to see here, folks. Just jank. I want to know what it is. Well, nope, sorry, it's just jank. Sorry, nothing to see here. Should have thought about that before you said something pretty innocuous that honestly isn't like that big of a deal. But the streamer is bored and has no other content to provide other than making fun of you. So take that. Sounds like a skill issue. Now. Do I get anything from these guys? Any second now, the server will tell me what I just earned there. Thunderbrand! Wait. Oh, and Fury Plate from the Paranthropus. But Thunderbrand is pretty nice. It tells you the type of damage. I'll stop being a dick and explain what's going on here. So the very first set of numbers tells you the damage type of the enemy. And it tells you whether their damage has been increased or decreased. So the arrow up means their damage has been increased from vanilla. The U stands for curse damage, because there's 2 different types of damage that start with the letter C. And then the W stands for water damage. So that enemy does curse damage and water damage. The shield signifies their type of defense. Their defense has been raised because of the arrow. And they are resistant to the first, or sorry, they're weak to the first letter, strong versus the second letter. So they resist fire damage, which is the F, but they're weak to stone damage. And then the thing at the end tells you what they're immune to. And then the underscore is nothing. Long story short, because Symphony of the Night is a video game that you can't really, like, write it out in full, because there's not enough data on the disk to do that. This goes back to talking about the memory limitations of modifying a disk-based video game. Because we are limited to doing that, instead the answer is to make a little code. That once you know what the code is, you know what's going on. Ow. Valhalla Knight just gave me a vessel. Okay, we can leave. Okay. Oh, I'm immune to curse. Oh yeah, because because I have the Heart of Vlad in my inventory, I'm immune to curse damage, so I can just walk through them. So there you go. This is an example of like the damage types actually mattering. Dude, just make the jump, please. We have the boss as a check that we can do as well, so... Oh! Freaking Blade Master, bro. At least we're getting lots of life vessels, so our HP is looking okay. Can we make a Goodly Air? Dude, that'd be huge. Okay, Goodly Air. It starts at max damage, but the amount of time you spend in the seed, it lowers its damage. Huh? Hold on, I'm cooking. Are any of the SotN devs in the chat? It's literally just the opposite of Badly Air. No? Damn, never mind. I think the Goodlier would go hard, is all I'm saying. Because then there's actually an incentive to use it early game. It's very strong. But if you're bad at the game and it takes you forever to beat the game, then, you know, all of a sudden... Ow. Bro. Dude has 10 million defense points. Bah! Magic missile, apples. Right. If you think it's good, then why don't you... Then I can code it in? Well, I don't have to code it in. Why can't I just say, hey, I want this, give me. And then you guys do it for me. Is that so wrong? What if you don't equip it right away? Well, then you just lose out on the... Because the way the Badlier works is that it starts off very weak, but it gets stronger the higher your game time is. Ow. This could be a problem. You claim to be bad at the game, why don't you use the Badlier? True, actually. Why didn't I? Maybe you didn't complain so much. True. Why can't you guys just do everything already? Gosh, what do you mean you don't have the decomp already finished and a PC port and the exact ROM hack that I want? Jeez. Freaking lazy ass devs, bro. Spectral Sword gave me an apple. Nice. Nice. You love to see a resist thunder, I think. Maybe. We got a Mormagil from the corner guard. Orange from the bone pillar. Why did the ball not give me a... Does that not show up in the bestiary? Doesn't the spike ball show up in the bestiary? Because it didn't give me a drop, did it? I can try killing it. On its own, maybe? How about less McGill? Now we're talking. Is there a way for me to break this with a soul steal? So that's an MP max up, MP max up. Potentially library card. I'm gonna have to soul steal this one as well. Toadstool. Pot roast. And then we can't check the item at the top, I don't think. Claymore, that actually would be very nice to grab. The sad thing is I can't grab it unless I have like a transformation or something, so. Sadly, we're probably not gonna make progress there. Okay. Can I get big tossed into it? That's a good question, actually. Maybe? I don't know. Nice, we got the grape juice drop first try. I might be able to get big tossed into it. The other thing, I did forget to check the spike ball again, because I'll try and kill the spike ball. To see if I get the drop that way. Also, these guys don't big toss, do they? No, they stone you. 68 damage! That's almost enough to big toss, actually. If I take the Fenrir off... Yeah, because I'm actually really close Hold on, this could work. But I need it to hit me the other direction is the thing. Honestly, just switching to this would do it. That should lower my defense enough for it to work. Oh, but I'm not gonna get enough height. Damn. Very unfortunate. Alright, well, let's just kill this guy then. Because I don't know if the spike ball is gonna give us anything, you know? Make it roll first. If I can make it roll the other direction. Because the one that's above the spike ball is the claymore. Spike ball is not in the bestiary. It has a drop table though. Wait, I didn't know. This is an enemy that's in the that isn't in the bestiary but has a drop table. I guess that's the same for the spectral sword drops. Those are also enemies that have drops but are not in the bestiary. Strange. But yeah, this is the claymore, so I would need to get big toss from like here, but that's not possible, sadly. So close to being able to make that work, though. Mudman is the opposite, yeah. It's a enemy that is in the bestiary but does not have a drop table. To be fair, there's a couple of enemies that don't have drops that are in the bestiary. Yeah, how's it going, Paulo? Fairy card from the Black Crow, that's actually pretty good. Because we also have the, what's it called in our inventory? Life Apple. Blue Raven gave us a strawberry. Ooh. Fairy Scroll. I mean, it's no fairy card, but I'll take it. Karma Coin. Alrighty, chat. You already know what time it is. We run it back. Oops. Uncaught exception. Uh-oh. It's probably fine. Don't worry about all those errors. It's probably fine. Did anything get sent on the hell? Okay, good. Okay, so we're fine. The halberd sent an item, so we're still connected. I don't know what that was. But I'll take it. Mead's setting up the Gamba. Broke the game. Another library card, perhaps? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Tails. It never fails. Until it does. This guy's weak to slash. Don't mind if I do. He does poison and holy damage. I guess it makes sense. He's in the Royal Chapel. He would do holy damage, but still. We killed freaking what's it called? But yo, not even randomized, by the way. Life vessel dropped from Hippogriff. Ah. Ah. Going all in again. Well, you know, if you go all in and you win it all. And if you lose, then, you know, at least you had fun, right? What's the worst that'll happen? Holy Sword is probably worth grabbing. The elemental swords are less strong with enemy randomizer because you never know what the enemies are going to be resisting or whatever. But having a wide variety of options is nice. Opal Circlet is also very nice because now I'm just immune to ice damage. So now I have 2 immunities. So we have immunity to curse and immunity to ice. Yeah, let's go. So... haven't recovered from the last of living in a box. Hey, you know, not everybody gets to live in a box. Is it spacious? Is it 2-bedroom? 2-bed, 1-bath box, or... will all bosses just drop HP and hard upgrades? No, they can drop items. Or relics. They can drop anything, basically. Okay, getting a turkey from the Flea Rider, from the enemy sanity, it's like almost vanilla. Let's see what this is. Nothing? Okay. I pay rent for a Wi-Fi box. It do be like that, huh? What system? Currently living under the system of capitalism, but, you know. Some people are arguing that it might be closer to like like proto-feudalism type shit, but I don't know anything about that. I just play video games. Game system? Oh, psh. You think this is a game? This shit is real life, bro. You think I'm messing around? I'm playing on the PlayStation version of the game. Sorry. I'll stop joking around. No jokes allowed. Only video games. Yeah, the PlayStation version has the most robust amount of mods available for it, but there are randomizers available for the PSP version, as well as the Saturn version and the Xbox version. Jorking around, yeah, you know. You know how it is. So far, we're kind of getting to the limit of what we can check before finding a progression item, so we might be soft-locked, but we'll see. Will there be a randomizer for the Saturn version? If you were listening to what I was just saying, there is a randomizer for the Saturn version, and I've played it on stream many times. It's on the YouTube channel that you are currently commenting from. If you look at my YouTube videos, you will find me playing the Saturn randomizer. So either that person is not listening to the words that I'm saying, or they're behind, because YouTube streams allow you to rewind. But people will still comment, even though they're in the past. It's a good time. That's my favorite part of YouTube streams. Is when, like, I'm in the middle of discussing something, and then someone will comment, but they're behind by, like, a minute and a half or something. I mean, YouTube streams in general are just delayed by quite a bit, because YouTube's streaming infrastructure is just worse than Twitch's as far as, like, latency goes, but they have better quality options, so tomato, tomato. Oh, hold on. Lock in. New relic acquired. This is exactly what we need. Fuck! I need a progression relic soon, or else we're about to be soft-locked. I mean, I can use heart refreshes to maybe do some glitching to make some progress, but I need to find something. Ow. Medusa head is a heart vessel? Okay, well. Okay, for the fans, hold on. Triple fish. Watch this shit. Triple fish. 0 fish! Oh. Never mind, it's over, chat. Okay, we can redeem ourselves with this coin flip, though. Fish are dead. Yeah, we're suffering an ecological nightmare. Turns out Tails indeed never fails. Womp, womp. Ow. We still have quite a few enemies to check as well, so it's not like we're out of it, but it's not looking amazing. Oh, fuck. If I had the thrust sword, I could check that. So maybe there's a world where I do figure out a damage boost to grab that thrust sword, and that lets me check another relic. Maybe. Doppelganger gave us a Zircon for the enemy sanity. The other thing we can do is we can check the bestiary and just see if the enemies drop anything good.
Tribute.
I don't know about that, though.
You steal men's souls and make them your
Junie,
slaves.
thank you very much for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Yeah, because if there's an enemy that drops a thrust sword, we're like actually... Oh! No, that's the wrong one! It's the bat card, not the bat relic. Fuck! I got excited for nothing. God damn it. We've only done 92 checks as well. I mean, that's a lot of checks, don't get me wrong, but we're still locked out of a lot of the game. Since the blue, what's it called? Medusa heads do fire damage and knock us back, we can do zero relic keep. So that's pretty good. That is something. So that does give us access to all the keep checks. Holy Rod from the Bone Archer. Interesting. Peanuts from the Sword Lord. Also, we need to find a gold Medusa head while we're here. I could also check them in the clock tower. In fact, I'm going to be in the clock tower doing those checks anyway, so it's fine. I'll save the gold Medusa head check for the clock tower. That's just better. Because they spawn faster in clock tower. Can you combine Archipelago with the Shuffler's ability to force you to switch games randomly? I'm not sure about that because the Archipelago requires that you have a script running to connect to the Archipelago server, and I think if you switch games, it'll disconnect you. But I'm not sure about that. That's something I could test, maybe. But I like where your head's at. The multi-world shuffler. I was also thinking about doing a multi-world with multiple rando seeds by myself. Because I've done the co-op, or not co-op, but 2 seeds, 1 controller before. What if I do 2 seeds, 1 controller, but I'm sharing the items? Moonrod, nice. I feel like that would be a pretty cool twist on the 2 seeds, 1 controller challenge. Spike Breaker from the Thornweeds. That's actually pretty nice. Silver Ring. Wait, I have Silver Ring and Gold Ring now, right? No, where? I thought I got Gold Ring. I guess I didn't. I must be seed bleeding from before. Remember that Mudman is a check. I can't get up there yet unless I can damage boost up there. Do these guys happen to Big Toss by chance? No, but they do 19 damage, contact damage. Do you Big Toss? No. These guys might Big Toss. No. So, I would like to get damage boosted over there to turn on the... Oh, there it is. Let him grow. So now that he is grown, he has risen, the plant guy over there, I think I can hit him with a Soul Steal from here? Yes. Corpse Weed gave me a Shiitake. Okay. It was worth checking. Because I don't think I can get up there currently. If I had a thrust sword, I could do it, and we know where a thrust sword is, but it's locked by needing like double jump or something. So.
I'm interested in this.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I can only buy it once. I was gonna say infinite money glitch. I can buy the diamond and then sell it back to him, and then buy another diamond and sell it back to him, but you can only buy it once.
Thank you.
I'm interested.
Wait.
In
Never mind.
Thank you.
Infinite. It's not a glitch. It's not a glitch. It's intentional. Otherwise, you wouldn't be allowed to buy this many. So yeah, earlier, like I said, the system is capitalism, so.
Thank you.
I'm interested in this.
This is huge for your boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm interested.
So now we can buy anything we want. Library cards. Toadstool, Rune Sword, Spike Breaker we already have. Holy Glasses! We don't have Flight yet, though, but that's definitely worth buying for sure. Chrysogram, don't mind if I do. Heart Refreshes in case we need them, I guess. Uh-oh. Well, I mean,
Thank you.
might as well. That's not good. I don't even think with the Heart Refreshes we can do anything, is the problem. I'll get 99, but...
Thank you.
I was really hoping for like a thrust sword here. That would be fantastic. Rune Sword might help me get some enemies that are off screen.
Thank you.
Great Sword, unfortunately, is not a thrust sword.
Thank you.
We get a bunch of elixirs.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Damn. Very close.
Farewell for now.
Put the Heart Refresh in your hand and see if it lets you buy more.
What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Where's the Heart Refresh? Nope, sold out.
Farewell for now.
So the game counts the ones you have in your hand as well. Understandable. I guess I'll give myself Fire Shield for another immunity. We have Duplicator at home, yeah. Okay, well, we're very overpowered, which is nice. The problem is we're running low on things to check. Oh, frick off, man. Could you big toss with Toadstool? Probably not, no. Sadly. The game does not let you pick it up, no. Aziz. if you have 99 of an item and you walk over an item, the game just doesn't pick it up, if I remember correctly. Oh, the other thing I should do, actually, before I leave... I'm just going to library card to get back there faster. Being poisoned? I mean, they're only doing 19 damage from their, colliding with their bodies. I'll take off all of my defense and try it, I guess. But I'm pretty sure some of the enemy damage is a little awkward, and plus my HP is pretty high right now. Enemy list. So I want to see if any of these guys drop a thrust sword, because that opens up this game completely. Sadly, I can't see their rare drop without having them dropped it, but I can see their common drop. Obsidian sword. Okay, there we go.
Farewell for
Rare tech. Rare tech that doesn't come up very often. This is one of the things I asked a long time ago for the ability to have the enemy bestiary completed upon starting a new game. Because I think there is something cool about checking the bestiary for specific drops and then getting those drops to happen, but... Now, the slinger... I can go farm now, if I wanted to. Get the thrust sword, come back, do more stuff. I think I'm gonna go to Castle Keep first, probably. Via, this. To see if, that'll help. And then I'll come back. Because there are more checks to do, but it is nice to know that I can get the obsidian sword if I need it. So. And who knows, we might find a thrust sword just out in the wild here. And we have enemies to add to the bestiary here. Hammer. Peanuts. Ruby circlet. Leather shield. Okay. Life vessel from the Skull Lord. Okay, I'm gonna reset the bridge. And then we're gonna do clock tower stuff. So we're not out of checks yet, but we're getting close. Rip logic. I mean, this is a zero logic rando, so you already know. It could be a library card, but like that doesn't matter. We have access to infinite. We have the gold Medusa head here, which gives us green tea. Lovely. Oh yeah, they do fire damage. I need to take this off. What? Wait, why did it send me that way? Huh? What do you mean? What? That one sent me that way. It doesn't always send me to the right now, does it? What do you mean? Why is it sending me that way? Come on, game. Yeah. That's... What do you mean? Wait, what if I put on the fire mail? Here. Does it still do the fire animation? I guess thunder mail for this one, lightning mail. Try facing them? I am facing them. If I'm facing away, it's just always sending me to the right. I don't understand why that's the case.
Potion.
Don't potion. I already used it, Fairy. Yeah, I'm very confused now. Is this one of those things where if you take damage from an enemy, it changes the arc similar to the Toadstool? Wait, can I just get up there with a Toadstool, actually? No, it looks like it's too high for the Toadstool to work. Okay, well, I can get up there with a thrust sword. So now the correct play here is we just get the thrust sword. Thrust sword unlocks a lot more checks, so let's just go do that. Getting mad at no logic rando isn't logical. You're not wrong. Yeah, let's just go Auroxes. Thankfully, there is a thrust sword that can be dropped, so this gives us some amount of progression here. We're still not in a great spot until we find, like, a transformation. If we find a transformation, we're so back. Gravity boots as well. Gives us a ton of options. The other thing, too, is I can ask for hints. So I can look for stuff if I need to. Like, the Archipelago has, like, a built-in hint system, so I can do that if I need to. But let's go sling it up with the slingers. If we find Bat, we can finish the game. Yeah, I'm trying to do this glitchless, if I can. Do I have a luck potion? Or luck improving items at all? Nope. Looks like we're just going to have to do it with 26 luck, huh? Oh, well. That's fine. It's the common drop, so it shouldn't be that bad to find. My favorite part of every randomizer. Grinding for drops. What is this, impossible challenge? No, it's bounty hunter. Farm for Alucard gear first. Now you're cooking. Hold on. No, he fell for exclamation mark drops. Chat, why would you bully this new chatter? No. Oh, nice. That didn't take too long at all. All right, so now with Obsidian Sword, we can do a lot here. This unironically opens up a lot of options here. So the reason why we needed to farm for that is because the Obsidian Sword is a thrust sword. It gives you the ability to do this thrust attack. And for whatever reason, after doing the thrust attack, you can then dive kick. So it gives us access to new options now. Yeah, we can go to Keep. We've already been to Keep is the thing. I just wanted to do the enemy checks and the item checks that are over there. There's also a relic in Outer Wall that we can check now. It was up on the ledge where the garnet normally is, so we're gonna go do that now. Hey, be nice to Dark Stygian. I'm a big fan of your Synchro Monster. Yeah, we check the relic that's below us, and then we check Castle Keep and the clock tower stuff, and hope for the best. So we're at 111 out of 540 checks, and we're an hour in. Could be worse, honestly. So max height. There we go. Soul of Bat. Oh my god. Alrighty, well that'll do it. Actually massive. 99% of players, by the way, would have quit. They would have said, damn, I can't do anything. Game over. Me, knowing that I could check the bestiary for items. I wonder why the shop never sells thrust swords. In the SotN.io randomizer, the shop never sells thrust swords, I'm pretty sure. Because thrust swords or two-handed swords don't show up in the item pool anyways. And the way that the SotN.io randomizer works is it shuffles around items within the same item class. So swords get randomized with swords, shields get randomized with shields, etc., etc. Little Sunny Sunshine with the Symphony of the Subscription. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Still betting this will be 3 to 4 hours? Yes. Because we only have 2 Vlad relics. I'm not using glitches. So we might still get stuck somewhere, by the way. It's unlikely that we get stuck, but it is possible. I'm only using glitches if I absolutely have to. Okay, well that helps. Okay, Form of Mist being right here also, I guess that helps. So that unlocks 2 more checks for us, and more in the second castle too. So, well, what did I just get, by the way?
Ball!
Heaven Sword? That's very funny.
A new sub alert. I already know it.
Speaking of Heaven Sword, I could switch back to this combo here. Nice. Is this not updating? Okay, it is updating, but I didn't get the enemy check for the Harpy. Now. Oh, red bean bun. There it is. And a karma coin! Let's go! And an arcana. Okay, that's actually probably better to just have, so. We're so back. We stay flipping. Where are my coin flippers at? Get it twisted, you will win.
There is something funny about this wall.
Oh my god. What is it? What's the joke? I'd love to hear it. Damn, someone got this potion high. We got a diamond from the Cloaked Knight. Not that we really need it. You know what I wish we had? Infinite mana prisms. That would be nice. We're still looking for the other ring as well. We have gold ring or silver ring right now, but we don't have gold ring, so that's an option. I put my life savings into this coin toss. Oh, well then you'll just definitely win. Right? God wouldn't do you dirty right? Like that, right? Think about it this way. And if you are religious, you should gamble. Just put it all on black at the casino. You're guaranteed to win because God wouldn't do you dirty like that, right? Think about it. Oh, we got a karma coin from Crossmon here. It's a sign. Now that we have flight, we can go back and do all the flight checks we missed as well. Yeah, it's literally an infinite money glitch. I've read the Bible. God would totally do you dirty like that. What? No. There's no way. As somebody who has never read the Bible, I simply would just win. Don't need the diamond. We have infinite everything. But I'll grab it, because it's shiny. Okay. Ah. Lots of items. Old Testament is straight up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I believe it. Alucard shield. I don't have a shield rod yet, I don't think. That's pretty good. So as of right now, I think we've done all the checks up to this point. We don't have Jewel of Open, so we can't do Silver Ring yet. We can go back and do the All Rocks checks. We can do the Alchemy Lab checks that we missed. We can do the entrance checks that we missed. We basically just want to backtrack through all the locations we've already done here, I think. And just do all the flight locations that we couldn't do before. Let's go back castle entrance and just basically backtrack everywhere. Forgot the third castle checks. Oh, well, you know. We simply just won't need to go there. All right, you guys got less than a minute to get your predictions in for this coin flip, by the way. There's lots of money on the line, and it's actually a 50-50, so. You know what's gonna be messed up? One of these days, there's gonna be a freaking... If my stream ever gets big enough, there's going to be some sort of third party, if I keep doing the Karma Coin thing, there's going to be a third party website where you can bet real money on the coin flips in the stream. I've already seen it happen before. Because everything has to be gambling is the thing. See, I like gambling when there's no stakes. It's just fake money gambling. As soon as there's real money involved, I'm good. Gambling real money is for cowards. Reaching out to Kalshi now to make it happen. Well, there's our shield rod. I don't want to do that, that's the thing. I mean, this might come as a shocker to some of you. I think gambling is bad. With real money. Did I check the item? I mean, we can't get access to it yet. I mean, I can if I use glitches, but still. How could earning money be bad? True, yeah. It is guaranteed money if you just guess correctly. See, I don't gamble on TCG products. I simply go to a third party and purchase the cards that I want. I know that it, like, is the thing that, like, TCGs hate, is people who are only invested in purchasing the product that they want and not, like, gambling on product. But that's how it be. Look, Konami only gets my money when they make Castlevania games. All right? And it turns out they'd be making Castlevania games, so I guess they're getting my money. I buy sealed on release to support LGS. That's fair, I guess. You know what? You're a good guy over here. If you're buying it directly through your LGS, then yeah, you're good. Now, I know people who buy, like, cases online and have them shipped to their fucking house. That, to me, feels a little scummy. But if you're buying it specifically with the intent to support the LGS, then yeah, you're good. Speaking of, I need to figure out where my LGS is. Because I still, since I've moved, I haven't found a local game store. I know there are some around me, I just haven't like visited and checked them out and see what they offer. Because I do miss playing card games. I never played the Prince of Persia game. I heard it was good, but it's Ubisoft, so... Didn't Ubisoft do some weird shit with like the game's launch? Also banana. A lot of banana going on in the seed. Wasn't it like they did a, is that the game that they did the speedrun competition for? Clock item for closed clock room? I can't get the clock item. Well, actually I can. I have to go to the second castle though. You can't get the clock sub-weapon from the first castle vets. The game is the one that made the rogue. There's a roguelite Prince of Persia game? I had no clue. All I do is play video games, watch people play video games, and go to card shop. Eat hot chip and lie? I mean, is there a life better than that? They had 2 Prince of Persia games releasing around the same time. What the hell? That's strange, but sure, I guess. I don't know why you would do that. But pop off, I guess. Holy Sword. I haven't done the Holy Sword check. So let's go do that. Fumbled the ball. Bagged the ball. Fumbled the ball. When's the last time Ubisoft did anything that anybody actually liked? This is a genuine question. I don't mean this as like a let's all dunk on Ubisoft, but like, I just don't know because I don't follow anything Ubisoft has done. Like I haven't played a Ubisoft game in who knows how long. People are saying that Black Flag was actually pretty good. Oh, there's the check over here as well. That I can go do. This was the only one we couldn't do before, I want to say. And it was a life apple. Okay. I'm going to grab these because there's a couple of MP max ups here. Ow. 76 damage, bro. Chill on that. Oh yeah, Dead Space probably is the last game I played from Ubisoft then. I forgot they owned Dead Space. Probably, what, Dead Space 3? Wait, Dead Space was EA? Oh, then never mind. I mean, same shit. I thought someone in chat said that they liked Dead Space, and I assumed that that was them. That's funny. So yeah, then, as far as Ubisoft goes, I think maybe Prince of Persia 1 might be the last game I played from them. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell was the last game he played from them. I could see it. Wait, did I never fight these guys? I just forgot to fight these guys for whatever reason. This was a check the whole time. I got Ghost Card and Monster Vial and Pineapple. See? Huge. So I've just been lurking, and based on the limitations of modding this game, I'm guessing there's no way to do a map randomizer. As of right now, there is a map randomizer that is in the works, but it is based off of the zone you are in. The map is randomized. That's what Sestrin... it's already been out. I've played it before on the channel. Yes, I checked Shield Rod. But like a full map rando, the way that like the Super Metroid map rando exists, where it's every room in the game can be connected to any other room in the game, that currently does not exist, and I don't think it will, because you can't load all the zones at once, sadly. So otherwise, if we could load all the zones at once, then you could do something like that. And I think the Xbox version of the game can do that, so maybe there's a world where the Xbox release gets a full map rando, but... yeah, I can go do the library. But I want to do Alrox's quarters first, and then we're going to do the library checks last, and then we're going to go second castle. It can be done, but the zone transitions would take a long time, yeah. I wonder how bad it would be on fast core, though. I don't know. We just juice up the emulator to load things faster and see if that fixes the problem. Did the coin flip happen? Nice demon card, actually useful. It did not. And I have another one, too. Tails. Imagine untransforming every train. That is true, actually. That would be probably the most annoying part. Also, it's always Tails, by the way. Spoiler alert. Vote Tails. It never fails. My points! Alright, well... this seed, we've become more powerful than God, so... not much else to do but do every item check in the game. Bonk. What? Last stream you were 3 for 3? Well, why don't you just channel your inner gambles from last stream? Sounds like a skill issue. I can still find a duplicator. Yeah, duplicator mana prism I think is the last thing that actually saves me any amount of time from here. What up, Death? How you been? Onyx from All Rocks? Wowzers. Don't mind if I do. Whoa. How's it going, Revenant? Glad you enjoy the YouTube videos. Shoutouts to everybody who watches comes over to the Twitch stream from YouTube. Especially those that come over to drop their Prime subs. That is huge. Your boy, big fan of that. Your boy is a big fan. How are things going? This seed was very... I mean, there is still a chance that we're soft-locked, but the odds that we're soft-locked are much lower now. So... we're not in a bad spot, but we've been able to make progress, which is good. Last thing that's left now is... I'll open the shortcut, I guess. The check under the save room, I already did that. It's on the map. Look at the map. Did I kill the dude with the horsey? I did in Coliseum. It's the same enemy. The Valhalla Knight is the same enemy, so... I've already done that. Dude, the freaking... My menus are so full of garbage. No logic, a good or bad thing. It just means that the items are placed randomly with no concern for whether the seed is beatable. Thank you for reminding me about the Mudman. I will go do that now. Did I kill the owl? Yes. I did that in the Coliseum. If you're wondering, I can go check the bestiary as well to see if I'm missing anything. So no logic is a true randomizer. It just randomizes without concern for whether the seed is completable or not. So for that reason, there is... I mean, I can beat the seed right now if I wanted to. I have all the tools to do so. However, I'm trying to do it glitchless to see if it's possible that I can finish it glitchless, but we'll see. Well, Gold Ring, that opens up the Holy Glasses location. It's probably nothing, but it is a check. Is there a chance SotN comes to Switch 1 or Switch 2? Why are you asking me? I'm not Mr. Konami. I mean, is there a chance that due to fluctuations in the quantum field, the entire universe gets, like, zapped out of existence? Yes. I don't know. Mudman. Oh, shit. This guy got me talking about quantum physics. I forgot about the Mudman. So in Archipelago, no logic. Are all checks equally likely to contain progression? I believe the answer is yes. Oh, Mudman! Huh? Mudman? Mudman, where's the item? Wait, did they remove Mudman from the item pool because he's a missable enemy? They might have done that. Hold on. Yeah. I think Mudman is not... I don't think the rewind broke it. Watch, because I'm going to break this, and it should update. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, peanuts. Okay. So Mudman's just not in the drop table for whatever reason. You need to explode Mudman. That's not how that works. I'm glad you said it confidently so I can prove you wrong. And own an epic chatter. Streamer totally owns random chatter. Clip compilation gone sexual?
What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
I'm just gonna go through the enemy list, and if Mudman shows up, that means you're wrong. Because this is what determines whether you receive the item from the randomizer or not. Any second now. He's gonna look, that chatter's gonna look real silly any second now. There's no way that I am setting myself up to look like an idiot right now. No shot. Ain't no way. There's no way I will be made a fool of. Guy who plays this game every day for his job. Any second now, I will be proven correct. Oh, there it is. Mods! Tickle this man.
Farewell for now.
Mods, turn this man into a Mudman. That's a little too cruel, no? It's fine. You need to date the Mudman. That's more like it, actually. Nah, I mean, it's fine. Most people don't know anything about this video game, myself included, even though I play this game all the damn time. So it's not unreasonable. To just, because there's a lot of weird playground style misconceptions that still exist about this game, because the game is very, what's it called? How you say, obscure with its information on how things actually work. So because of this, sometimes you just get misconceptions about how the game works. That's all. The game is very janky as well, yes. There's a lot of also, what's it called? Like red herrings that exist in the game as well. There's a lot of like just Easter eggs that exist just for the sake of Easter eggs, and a lot of people think that there's some sort of significance to them, but there isn't. I could showcase the Bat Richter skip. I could, but I'm not going to. Also, wait a minute.
Eat my balls! That's gonna be a new sub alert. I already know it.
I don't think Richter's in the beast. I'm just realizing Richter probably also, if Mudman is skippable, Richter probably also not in the drop tables, because it's the same thing. Yeah, Richter's not in it either, because I definitely did damage to him. Richter also not in the Archipelago enemy list. Gotcha. That's what I figured, right? They probably were aware that those enemies were missable, so they didn't want people to get like soft locked out of the game by not damaging those enemies. Another enemy that is technically missable is the warg. If you, for whatever reason, just ignore every warg in the game, like at the start of the game, you can't fight more wargs. You can fight fire wargs, which is a different enemy with a different entity in the bestiary. But the warg that shows up at the very start of the game, those wargs only show up at the beginning. They are on the list. Wait, they went to the island? Dude. Fuck. You thought you could know an enemy, and all of a sudden they're on the list, bro. That's crazy. Wow. I actually did not check Holy Glasses. You are correct. I should go back and save split for them, I guess, real quick. Check the flight logs. The list can be found at Modussi.com. This is true. It is true. There are 2 wargs inside of you. Oh no. Not like this. I think the reason why the wargs are in the enemy data files is because the odds of you not doing damage to a warg is very low, especially if you have 0 relics. You should just hit the warg that's right in front of you. Now, if they had the item or the area randomizer on, like the starting area randomizer on, then in that case, it's very easy to skip them. Potentially. It's much easier, I should say, to skip them. All right, I know I said glitchless, but hear me out. Oh my god. I messed it up. Oh, I think it's because I have Power of Mist, actually. Yeah, so when you have Power of Mist, you can't do the... Okay, I know what I did wrong there. This guy. Look, I messed it up so it was even slower than if I had just done it the normal way, okay? Let me have a little fun here. Yeah, if you mess it up, it's not cheating. True. It didn't save me time, so it's not cheating. Oh my goodness! Woo! We're gaming! So we're basically full clearing the castle except for the caverns. So that's not bad. We have 2 Vlad relics, I want to say. Yeah, ring and heart. So not bad. Glitch more, say less. Pay less. Our reward is grapes. Yes. Yes, dude. Yes, I knew it was going to be grapes. Yes. Just what I needed. White grapes are purple? I believe they're white grapes in this game, no? But the wine is purple? Or the grape juice, sorry. Freaking English localization. Did he flip the coin yet? No, not yet.
Grape D's.
Grape D's? You can grape D's. Heads. Ooh, you thought it was going to be tails 4 times in a row? That's ridiculous. Chat, come on. You know better. Like, otherwise it can't be a 50-50 if it's just 1 every single time. Come on, everybody knows that. Oops. We have to go do all the other checks here. Okay. Oh, we also have to do the 2 checks here. Because if I remember correctly, Yorick... Does Yorick's head not show up as a... That's another enemy that has a separate drop table from Yorick, but isn't in the enemy sanity, I guess. Huh. Also another Vlad relic. So... We only need 2 more to beat the game. Not bad. So Yorick's head is also not in the bestiary, the same as the spike ball. Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, at this point, it's like pure random if we finish the seed or not. Because, like, if a Vlad relic is locked behind the caverns and Jewel of Open is locked inside of the caverns as well, then the seed is uncompletable. If the 2 Vlad relics are available without the need for Jewel of Open, then it doesn't matter. Or if we do find Jewel of Open and a relic happens to be, like, in the caverns or whatever, then we're also fine. So there's a couple of ways that we're fine, and there's a couple of ways that we're not fine. So, we'll see how it goes. Hold on, I need those secret boots. Ah! I thought I was gonna die there for a second. Holy shit. I mean, I have life apples, but still. That was scary. Let's grab the warp, and then I guess we'll go left side. Sometimes you get hammered. It's fine. It's normal. Look, if you can't get hammered at work, then, like, what's the point? I'm on the clock here. I deserve to be hammered. Okay, that's all the item checks. Should probably check coffins. Oh, check the enemy drop? I mean, I could. I mean, my plan is I'm going to do a full circle around the castle and then come back, so. Well, if you get stoned, then you get hammered to undo the getting stoned. Everybody knows that. If you're ever stoned at work, just get hammered and you're fine. It'll wake you up just fine. You mean the Dark Souls coffin next to Nito? So true. Speaking of Dark Souls, we can add Dark Souls to the Archipelago. The problem is, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, and I don't know if there's an easy way to change this. I'll have to look into it. I loaded up the Dark Souls Archipelago, Dark Souls 1 Archipelago randomizer once just for, just to check it out. There's over 1,000 checks by default. It's like 1,014 or something like that. It's ridiculous. So the Dark Souls Archipelago in and of itself would be like 10 hours, if not longer, honestly. So for that reason, I probably will not be doing any Dark Souls Archipelago stuff anytime soon. Also, Heart Refresh, we could beat the game. Is New Game Plus required? It's not required, but I think there's an option to turn on New Game Plus as a requirement. I did this check in the normal castle, yes. Yeah, if everybody looks away real quick, I can go beat the game very fast. My MP's so low. Also, the fast puzzle completion, not the past puzzle completion. Oh, damn it. Oh, I don't have enough MP to do it. Okay, well then, never mind. Stop it. I was trying to do the zip. I can turn invisible if I eat enough mushrooms and cover myself in peanut butter. Hold on, is this real? Let him cook. Oh, hold on. Moonstone? At this time of night? Is that Fire of Bat? Let's go. Also, the music's done now because, of course, it is. I guess I might as well just go max resistances here. Oops. I do have a mana prism. I have two. I'll use one. Fuck it. So if I do find a duplicator, I'm so back. There we go. If it was Dark Souls 2, probably need New Game Plus because the Phantoms are New Game Plus only. That is true, yeah. There's new enemy spawns in Dark Souls 2 with New Game Plus, right? I've never actually beaten Dark Souls 2, so I wouldn't know. One of these days I'll beat it. And then also, if I beat Dark Souls 2, everyone's going to be like, well, actually, you also need to do the DLC, and then I'll do the DLC. And then they'll be like, well, actually, you didn't do Scholar of the First Sin, so you have to go do Scholar of the First Sin. Well, actually, you need to do Scholar of the First Sin plus New Game Plus, plus all the DLC. So long story short, you can never actually beat Dark Souls 2. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I don't really have anything against Dark Souls 2 necessarily as a game. The thing, honestly, that turns me off about Dark Souls 2 is there's just something about, I think it's just the sound effects and the animations are ever so slightly different compared to like Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. The consistency with those. So it feels a little less solid when you're fighting stuff. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Because I don't dislike the combat or anything like that. Granted, I do think adaptability is really fucking stupid, but like, you know, just get 100 adaptability and you're fine. Or 101 agility, I think is it's like 99 and 101 are the two cutoffs that most people recommend, I think. Did I touch the floating skulls? I don't know if they're added in the bestiary or not. But I guess I'll find out. Yep, they are. Okay. That makes sense. But yeah, long story short, I don't have anything necessarily wrong with Dark Souls 2, but also I'm not, like, excited at the prospect of playing it anytime soon. Heart Vessel from Scarecrow. Jewel of Open! Alright. I think with that, unless a Vlad Relic is locked by Merman Statue, I guess. But if a Vlad Relic is locked by Merman Statue, that means Merman Statue is available, so we're fine. And if Merman Statue blocks itself, it means that we're also fine. I think this means we're guaranteed to complete the seed. I think Jewel of Open was the last block that prevented us from beating the seed. Glitchless. So now we can do every check in the game. Guaranteed. That's actually really huge for us. Unless I'm forgetting something. But I don't think I am. Apparently, I did get the Tin Man just now, so there we go. What kind of fish is Joel? I believe he's a catfish. Vlad could be Jewel Sword. And Wolf is at Barrel Circlet. Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah. That is the last chance for a Softlock. Way to be paying attention, Vinny. Because I was not thinking that. Demon Nose Check Room. I have Demon Card. So yeah, actually Wolf is the last progression item that I'm missing. And Jewel of Open actually as well with the No, because I can get the stopwatch. The stopwatch is guaranteed to spawn, so I can't. I said Jewel of Open, but I meant Cube of Zoe. So I was thinking the Alucard room could possibly mess me up, but it can't because there's a guaranteed stopwatch here in Second Castle. Yeah, I can use glitches to get inside of any room that I want to at this point. I have infinite heart refreshes. I could go beat the game if I wanted to with glitches. I'm trying to do it glitchless. And the thing is I can also use a hint to see where Wolf is if I needed to. I'm trying to avoid using the hint system, but there is a hint system built into Archipelago as well that you can use, so. Herald Shield, oh my god! Thank you. So yeah. Also, I go to fight creature for 2 seconds and all of a sudden, someone's hotboxed the entire outer wall. Ugh! Straight boofing the outer wall, bro. Nope. Tired of your shit, bro. Oh wait, I've already killed the Paranthropus, the one in Colosseum. I was like, why is it not giving me the item? That's why. It's always 420 somewhere, if you think about it. But not too hard. Life Vessel from Nova Skeleton. Soul of Wolf? Power of Wolf. Close. Close. Oh yeah, there's the items over here. Or item, I should say. Smoking the medieval herb. If you're not smoking the medieval herb, are you even trying? I've already done both of these checks, right? Yeah, I have. I haven't done the Venus weeds, so I'll keep that in mind. Oh, we've done Jacko Bones. We've done the skulls. Kind of wish I had Leapstone or Gravity Boots. That would be nice. Devil's Lettuce? No, Venus Weed. The Devil's Lettuce is a different enemy. Although, if I did make a Castlevania game, I would add the Devil's Lettuce as an enemy. There'd be like Corpse Weed, Stone Rose, Devil's Lettuce. I would like an entire herbology going on. Don't cock laser me, please. The Mystic Tomato. Unironically, Mystic Tomato would be pretty sick. It is a missed opportunity to not add any Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like iconic Yu-Gi-Oh monsters, into Castlevania and vice versa. The closest we have is like, what, Vampire Hunter is like a Yu-Gi-Oh card that sucks ass. That nobody cares about. Alright, whatever. Mystic Tomato is a tutor? Yeah, he taught me how to do math. See, the joke is tutor means something different. In card game terms, isn't tutor referred to because of demonic tutor? So every card that searches another card is called a fucking tutor? Make it make sense. We're just gonna let Magic the Gathering win. We're just gonna let them win. See, I fight against the system, bro. I would never let Magic the Gathering dictate how I speak. No siree. I don't know. I was trying to think of like a funny way to finish that bit off, but I honestly too tired and can't think of more Magic memes. So I'm good. There's my Alucard Planeswalker. Didn't the artist for Symphony of the Night, who created like all of the promotional art or whatever, like the iconic pieces of like Alucard and Richter, didn't they make some Magic cards at one point? Because they've done guest artist sets before. Because I remember people showing them to me. Well. Talisman from Balloon Pod. You love to see it. Healing. Beep, 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 beep. Was it for another game? I thought it was for Magic. Maybe it was for something else. Tomato has to die in combat to put a creature on board. Does that still count as tutoring? For Yu-Gi-Oh players, yes, because they don't know anything about or care about how Magic the Gathering players use terms. Basically. Soren the Mirthless? Don't call me mirthless. I've got so much mirth. Tarnish, you appear mirthless. I use scry every once in a while in Yu-Gi-Oh! How often do you scry, though? Isn't scry the same as excavate? Except, wait, your opponent doesn't see something you scry. You just, like, look at the top card or something. But excavate, you actually have to reveal it. I think that's the technical difference. I don't know, man. I don't care that much anymore. I give up. That's more Magic the Gathering talk than I would like, to be honest. Nothing against Magic, I don't know, man. I can only care so much about other card games. Explaining nuclear physics in Magic the Gathering terms. It's called Going Infinite. Alright, I'm done. That's my last one. I'm not grabbing that pineapple, I don't care to. Even though it would take a check off of the list, but it's fine. That's a lot of blood. That guy has so much blood. It's crazy. Peanuts. Oh yeah, there's no item here. Oh! I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I now cannot seem to understand that game anymore. I mean, that's normal. That's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience. For whatever reason, Konami just is completely fine taking what was top 3 most popular IPs in the world, if I remember correctly. Or I think it was top 10 most popular IPs in the world. Alongside, like, Pokemon and other things. Hello Kitty, Mickey Mouse, shit like that. Instead of leaning on, I mean, they kind of are leaning on the nostalgia a little bit of their prior successes, but like, I feel like it's too little too late personally. And also the gameplay itself is completely unrecognizable for those who care about the card game, but also to a certain extent, people who are nostalgic for like how Yu-Gi-Oh! Was in their childhood probably don't know much about the card game anyways, because anybody who played the card game as a child didn't know how to actually play the card game because it was incomprehensible, and even the rules themselves weren't like 100% fleshed out at the time. So I don't know. Long story short, impossible to say if anybody actually knows anything about Yu-Gi-Oh! Explaining hand traps to a Yu-Gi boomer is pain. I mean, like, not really. You remember Karibo? Do you remember DD Crow? DD Crow, I guess, is one that a lot of players didn't play with. But, like, the first set had Karibo, did it not? Or, like, it was, like, the second set? Karibo was also in the show. So, no, explaining hand traps is not, like, the hard part. It is explaining the, number of intricacies that exist. Aren't there items up here, actually, that I don't have access to because I can't jump that high? And I don't have Wolf either. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't get up there. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Just has a complexity problem. There's just too much to explain. And there's too much happening in one turn, so you can't, like, get accustomed to, like, the flow of play. Right? That really is in my mind, the thing that makes Yu-Gi-Oh! Very, very difficult is that the current game has the ability to, you have the ability to do 10 million actions in a turn. So, like, choice paralysis is a big thing. You also cannot intuit the effects of the opponent's cards just by reading the card. That's another big deal. You'll be playing against somebody whose deck is like, I have Scrimblow McBlimbley. When I use Scrimblow McBlimbley's effect, it allows me to add 1 Krungo card from my deck to my hand. Do you interact with Scrimblow McBlimbley? Do you know if getting a Krungo card is good or not? I don't know. That would require you to know all Krungo cards in the game. And then it's like, okay, do I have to do homework to play this game? The answer is yes. You have to do a lot of homework to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The damage step is fine. There's only like a couple of things that can get weird with the damage step. And at least, like, most of those things can be explained relatively easily outside of like the weird niche scenarios that are like Konami said so rules. And those are the ones that I think are annoying to explain as a judge.
This switch hasn't been pressed yet.
But also, I play a format where the rules aren't changing anytime soon. But that's not true, actually. There was an update to the Edison format rules not too terribly long ago, because there was evidence of a ruling that was era accurate that wasn't known about publicly to the community. So that was kind of cool. And it's somewhat relevant. There's a ruling with, what's his name? Oh god, what is his name? Evil Hero Dark Gaia. There we go. Yeah, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber is the kind of poster child for Konami Said So. Because they just wrote their card wrong. And they said, oh shit, well we wanted it to work differently, so it works differently because we said so. Well, yeah, Evil Hero Dark Gaia had a update to its ruling because there was an era-accurate ruling that was found to say that its effect to change a monster's battle position on attack declaration is optional and not mandatory. So, theoretically, you now can run in the Dark Gaia decks, which are like tier 2 at best for the most part. They're fun, but they're not that great. You can run Doom Caliber Knight, which is a monster that mandatory when an effect is activated, it has to negate and destroy that card. So before, if you tried to attack a monster and you had Doom Cal up and you had Dark Gaia up, you were forced to blow up your own guy, but now you don't have to. So it's a meaningful difference. And Doom Caliber Knight is a monster that you would want to run in that deck because that deck relies on Dark Fiend monsters or just Fiend monsters in general that can do things. And Doom Caliber Knight is one of the few Fiend monsters that has a useful effect in the format. Oh, let me do this. Life Vessel, Turquoise. Okay, we're good. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that probably nobody cares about, except for me. Heart Vessel. Okay. Ow! I have Spike Breaker, so I'll just put it on for safety. These spikes be doing a lot of damage when your HP is this high. Was I ever into Magic the Gathering? Not really. I've played like maybe 3 games of Magic the Gathering total in my life. And honestly, it was fine, I guess. To be fair, it was Commander, so take everything my experience with Magic with a grain of salt. But it's fine. I don't know. I've never played Warhammer now. Like, I understand the appeal of Magic, but to me, I don't have any nostalgia or interest in, like, learning the formats or the cards. So for that reason, it's very difficult for me to, like, do the homework required to, like, get into a game of Magic. Whereas I've already put in hundreds of hours into Yu-Gi-Oh! So long story short, I'm saying I'm sunk cost fallacied into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But specifically only a specific time era format that is actually fun and well balanced. The card designs are peak. Yeah, I do also love the counter spell that is just SpongeBob doing the weird chicken face. I also like that a lot. I also like Marvel. Okay, I'm being rude because it's not fair. Magic the Gathering fans, I like making fun of the Universes Beyond or whatever, because that shit is very dumb and stupid, but Edison format. I only play Edison format. I think GOAT is probably interesting as well, but I've never actually taken the time to, like, try and learn it. And GOAT is a little bit more awkward because there's, like, what? Like 5 or 6 playable decks as opposed to, like, 30. What about Genesis? Modern 2? No, thank you. I don't play the modern game because I don't like the pace of play. Genesis is just essentially the same pace of play with, like, instead of losing instantly on turn 0 by not having enough hand traps, instead it is you lose on turn 2 because the opponent opened Droll and you didn't. Or, I guess Droll did get pointed recently, so, like, what is it? Like, your combo gets stopped by DD Crow, or your combo is, like, not resilient into their hand. It's like, it's the same 20 actions per turn. It's just, instead of losing to Ash Blossom, you lose to Crow. Sometimes. Like, it's fine. Again, to me, Genesis feels like, hey, do you want to play more Modern, but with slightly different card pool that is, like, playable, as opposed to, like, the Modern? Like, I don't know. It's fine. And, like, I did like playing the Modern format for a little while, but then it's like, you still have the same problem of to me, I don't like keeping up with a format like it's a job. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Comes out with new cards so frequently that you kind of have to keep up with it like it's a job. If you want to stay, like, even competitive at, like, locals. At least where I'm from, people play, like, very serious high-powered decks, so I don't know. It's one of the reasons I like Edison format, because the updates to the format are mostly, like, community driven. It's like, hey, somebody found a new tech card that, like, they're playing in the same decks that have been played since, like, 2021, you know? So it's much easier to keep up with. Like, for example, I had to stop everything I was doing multiple times last year to, like, move across the country. I moved twice. During that time, if I was very invested in Genesis or modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Formats, I would just be behind. It would just be like, well, there's been 5 new sets with, like, 20 different, like, meta relevant cards that have released since then. And it's like, do you want to do the homework to figure out all that shit or not? Yes or no? And the answer to me was always no. So, how's the run going? We're kind of in go mode. Not really. We're in go mode as soon as we find 2 more Vlad relics, and they can be anywhere. So we have the rest of second castle to check, and then a bunch of stuff left in first castle to check as well. And there's still a chance that the seed is not completable. So that's fun. Honestly, I should just go back to Chrysogrim. Do I still live in California? I have never lived in California. Keeping up with sets is rough in general. Yeah, that to me, that's one of the reasons I like historical formats as a concept, where it's like the card pool is set. As soon as you own the cards you want for that format, you don't need to buy new cards. It's the reason why historical formats very rarely are officially supported products or officially supported from the parent companies of card games, because once you own the cards, you never have to buy them again. It's the reason why Edison and like Goat and Time Wizard in general, the official format for historical formats via Yu-Gi-Oh, is like no longer being supported in North America. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh in particular, there's like 1 billion reprints of meta-relevant cards that are like super cheap because they're not meta-relevant anymore, but they're meta-relevant to that particular format. Five minutes of watching somebody combo is boring. Just you wait. They've got all sorts of combos nowadays. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 40 minutes. The world is your oyster, really. Yeah, it's the same reason why, like, for me, anytime I think about maybe getting into Magic the Gathering, it's like, well, it's just another TCG that, like, oh, the next set release came out. Did they drop any meta-relevant cards for the deck that I play? Yes, no. Etc., etc. Oops, I lost the coin flip. Guess I'll go next. That is a big deal in Yu-Gi-Oh! As well. Especially in Master Duel. Losing the coin flip in Master Duel, you might as well not play the game. Unless you draw one of the, like, 7 cards that says I win the game going second. So I guess you're not out of it. But then they can draw one of the 4 cards that say, nuh-uh, actually I win the game. So, you know. And then once you're done with the hand trap minigame, then you get to actually play the game. Yeah, getting flooded or getting mana screwed is also an issue that has existed since the beginning of time in Magic the Gathering. Oh my god, Leapstone, we can actually move vertically a little bit faster now. Let's fucking go. That is true. If you just draw all 5 pieces of Exodia in your starting hand, you do win 100% of the time. Going to your first Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, being like, excuse me, the opponent keeps shuffling my deck when I want the 5 pieces of Exodia on the top of my deck, please? Oh, Gravity Boots from the Malachi? Oh shit, we're so back. I just now saw that. We have Gravity Boots now. We can schmoove. Right after climbing a freaking long-ass shaft, we can finally schmoove. White Dragon. Go! White Dragon. Use your grape attack. The concept of mana is a good system for a card game. So much so that freaking Pokemon just straight up copied it. Well, to be fair, they copied it from themselves because Wizards of the Coast made Pokemon, but still. Are proxies allowed in Yu-Gi-Oh? If your locals is chill, yeah. But generally, you don't need... There are no cards so expensive that you need to proxy them. Most of the time. Unless you are really just into making proxies for fun, which I knew people who were into making proxies for fun. So, my old locals, we had a guy who would just make proxies for fun. Because he had like a cardstock printer with decent quality. And it was just like a fun hobby of his. But like at official tournaments, no. But I'm pretty sure proxies aren't allowed in official tournaments for Magic either. I'd be surprised if they were. Because then what's the point of printing cards as the parent company? Oh. Yeah, essentially, like, as far as Yu-Gi-Oh goes, unless somebody rats your ass out, no one's going to be mad at you for using proxies. Especially if the store is not, oh my god, Holy Glasses in the second castle? Yo! If you don't like RNG in your card games, you can get into the Zatch Bell TCG. That's the one where you build the deck in order, right? You just build a book of cards. I forgot about that shit. That's so funny. There's no way that that game is playable, right? There's just no way. It was lit. I know we had cards growing up, but I don't remember the gameplay is the problem. Wait, there's a Zatch Bell 2? If Zatch Bell's so good, why isn't there a Zatch Bell 2? Did I actually forget to hit these guys? Let me check. No, I got him. Okay. It's that guy. Orange. You eat me, orange. Me eat you. Zweihander, Jaw. Proxies are allowed in Magic if you can prove you own the actual card. Wait, what? It's like you can use emulators and ROMs if you can prove you own the official game or some shit. That's kind of funny. Tooth of Vlad. Okay, one Vlad remaining, chat. Lock in. Hold on. The seed is almost beatable. Surely the last... Okay, the only way we softlock is if Soul of Wolf is locked behind Jewel Sword, or Barrel Circlet, and the last Vlad is in the other location. Or if they're right next to each other, because they are double items or whatever. Yeah, no, fuck paying money for cards and paying the original... I figure my brain isn't coherent enough to say what I'm trying to say, but long story short, I agree. Just proxy your cards. Who gives a shit? Am I missing any checks this way? The answer is yes. Where's the bitterflies? You can't hide forever, bitterflies. Peanuts. Alright, we can go now. The current retro Yu-Gi-Oh scene also, since it's no longer being supported by Konami, like they're not doing official tournaments anymore in North America, the community-made tournaments now all allow for OCG cards, which is a alternate format. Like, it's an official format from Konami, but it's like the format that's played in Oceania as well as, I believe, Hong Kong and Japan. So like community organizers are like, yeah, just use OCG cards. It's like the same card. It just isn't, the text is different. But like translations exist for all these cards anyway, so who cares, right? Like if I'm using a card that has Japanese text versus a card that has English text versus a card that has French text, like it doesn't matter. But the actual card art is slightly different. So for that was like the excuse for why you can't use them in official tournaments. It's because the card backs are different, but all cards need to be sleeved anyways. So the real answer is why you're not allowed to use them is, of course, money. Because the OCG gets a ton of different rarities. But not only that, they're oftentimes way cheaper. So if you were allowed to just use OCG cards, you would never buy a TCG product again if you cared about saving money. It's awesome. Konami is amazing. They figured out a way to ruin everything. That's all the item checks here, yeah? Yeah, okay. So let's go do the loop again. At least judges don't care. If you get deck checked at an official event and you're using OCG cards, you will be removed from the tournament or be forced to switch out that card for a TCG one. For sure. Even like local stores that are affiliated with Konami can't allow you to use OCG cards. Like they can lose their official store status for doing so. Like if somebody complains about it. I'm sure most judges don't want to care because it doesn't change the gameplay at all. It's just a difference of like, oh, this card is cheaper, therefore we want you to buy the more expensive one. That's really the only difference. This is why I don't give Konami my money when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. And also, I play a format that they don't even want to exist because they can't make money off of it anymore. So, take that, Konami. They made a Zatch Bell card game for GBA? Wait a minute, hold on. Can someone make a randomizer for that, though? We're so back. The Zatch Bell card game GBA randomizer. I'll quit SotN for life and be a full-time Zatch Bell TCG randomizer streamer. I'll do it too. You think it would be fine with Neuron being a thing? Dude, yeah, literally you can just look up the translation and all that like in the app that you're supposed to be using for all of the tournament related things, but nope. Their excuse is that the card backs look different, even though you have to sleeve your cards with opaque sleeves that cover the card backs. So it's like, makes no sense. I sent you a link in Discord to check out later. Got you. Am I excited for the new Castlevania game? Yes, actually. Very excited. Oh, wait, hold on. The dodo bird! He's running! Oh. It has a life vessel? All right, never mind. Okay, so Dragon Rider is different from this enemy coming up here, which is the Dragon D's Nuts, I think. Hey, what up, Goth Mom? How you been? Ow. Ow! That's so much damage! Holy shit! Dude, the cock laser goes crazy. Dragon Rider, I hardly know her. There you go. Yep. Good call. What? So, I said this the other day where I was like, I want to play through Dead Cells again on stream. I tried to load my Dead Cells save data. So the Steam auto save backup, I guess, got corrupted. Oops. So all of my Dead Cells data is gone. So if I were to play Dead Cells on stream, I'd have to start over from the very beginning. So all of like the costumes and all the stuff that I found ain't in the game anymore. So that makes me a little sad. Did I ever hit Flying Zombie? We haven't been to that side of the castle yet, I don't think, right? No, we did. I might not have hit the Flying Zombie. I might have forgotten. Yeah, the mana fills from entering the save room. That's like a quality of life option that exists in this version of the randomizer. My Dead Cells data is dead, yeah. So I don't know if I want to like start all the way from the beginning on stream, because the beginning of the game is a little slow. Ow. Ow. At least he sent me the correct direction. Oh, now that I have Leap Stone, I think I can check the items in the water. Simply cheat the stuff back in. Maybe. I can look into modding the file, but I don't remember all the stuff that I had is the problem, and I wasn't that far into the game. I was like 8 hours. I had like 8 hours of playtime. So it's not like I had a ton of stuff, but like starting over and getting 8 hours of new stuff. I'm not sure. We've done 400 out of 540 already. A lot of checks. And we have the entirety of the caverns left now, I think. Yeah, as long as it's not Flying Zombie, which I think I might have forgotten to actually do. I think at this point, no, because we are missing the caverns enemies. I was gonna say, have we hit every enemy yet? The answer is no, we have not. But we will, probably. Oh, I had an extra karma coin this whole time, and no one said anything about gambling? The more you know. I must have just gotten it. It's at the bottom of the inventory. I'll give myself a mana prism. Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, this run's been pretty chill. And the fact that it's been completable, I mean, it's most likely going to be completable without glitches is pretty interesting, to be honest. Another chance to bring my money back to 0 again, or double it. You never know. You never know. I think, honestly, Skill of Wolf, Soul of Wolf... How many other relics are we missing? Oh, a couple, actually. I guess Gas Cloud we're missing. We have Fire of Bat, Force of Echo, we have Echo. Do 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 do. Good up, Broadway. How you been? We have Fairy Scroll. Pretty sure we picked it up. I can do the a la carte room. Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. Since I'm here, might as well. Yo, Obsidian Sword. Remember when we had to farm for that? That was the thing that saved this run, by the way. If it wasn't for the Obsidian Sword, I don't know if we could finish this run. We've done 75% of the checks in the game, according to the tracker. 75.56. We're about to do a lot more. Hard to catch the stream, but love the YouTube vids. Nice. Thank you, Sean Bond, for the kind words over on YouTube as well. I could check the library card room. Library card room. Which library card room? I've also left a few checks behind that aren't going to show up in the tracker, so we've technically done more. Oh, the other floor opened by the switch. You're right. I did forget to do that check. Thank you for reminding me. Does this count as a save room? Yes, it does. So the game considers this a actual save room, which makes sense, actually. I think I knew that. Been watching on YouTube, had to join to get a Gamba in. There you go. There you go. You love to see it. Thank you, Arrow. You guys got a minute left on this flip of destiny. I'll go back up and check it actually after doing this, because I will get very far removed from it if I don't do it now. Oh my god, I thought the game just crashed. I was like, oh no, not like this. Already be going to the librarian. I don't know if that counts as a check in this, to be honest with you. I have library cards, so somebody remind me to do that later. That's actually a good shout. I don't know if that counts as a check in this randomizer or not. I could check the Archipelago list to see if the librarian's on the list. You guys don't think he's on the list, do you? He seems like such a nice guy. He's so jovial all the time. I would be honestly very surprised. It's a fixed pool of items down there. Oh, so you're saying the librarian's not on the list? Oh, thank God. Whew. Whew. I got worried there for a second. I don't know what I would do with myself if I found out he was on the list. I'm pretty sure I have a merman statue. Now the ferryman, he's definitely on the list. Look at all these items. Do I have the Alucard set? I could start farming for stuff, bro. I think I might be missing the Alucard sword, actually. Oh, I got the gas cloud from the frozen shade. I wasn't even paying attention. Nice. I'm missing the snorkel as well. And the Soul of Wolf. Are we missing any of the familiar cards? We might be. The ferryman is how you get to the island, of course. Oh my god. You're right. Right there, dude. Underground Caverns, ice area after ferryman. He's on the list. I knew it. Always love gambling. Came in from YouTube for that. Nice. Soul of Wolf! Okay, we can finish the seed 100% now. I'm drowning! Help! Help me! Ah! I can't breathe underwater! Holy glasses from Scylla. Okay, so there's multiple holy glasses in the seed, which is... Does the game not have a special indicator for holy glasses as like a progression item? Or does no logic mean that multiple progression items can be spawned in? Huh. That might be a bug, because I know you can spawn with holy glasses and like gold ring and stuff in your inventory. So I wonder if the relics and the items... Huh. Very interesting. Much like it's interesting that I will flip this coin. As soon as I find it, there it is. Dude, my inventory is bloated. Heads. Another huge 50-50 swing. Damn. It makes sense. We had so many tails earlier. It has to even out with heads, otherwise it's not a 50-50. Bum, 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 bum. Chris Grimm. Oh, there's this item up here as well, before I forgot. Here, and... I wonder if it's because there's a limited item pool, because you can randomize how many items get added to the pool, and which items get added to the pool, and I clicked random on that. So I wonder because of that if there's any problems that show up because of it. I don't know. Also, that's a good spot for Holy Symbol. There's no items over here, right? It's the other pool of water. Yeah, it's the other pool of water. Okay. Yeah, the rarely seen underwater checks over here. Peanuts. Ice mail. Oh, another one. Skill of Wolf, don't mind if I do. So I'm pretty sure Skill of Wolf is the one that lets you swim in the water. So that can be useful in the second castle for some item checks, because I believe there's items in the water that I missed because I didn't have access to gravity jumps or leapstone or whatever. So that could work for that. So long as I don't forget a very specific check, I think we're good. Right now, I think we're good. Did I hit the killer fish? I don't think I did. Because the second castle killer fish were out of reach, were they not? I guess they're not on the item pool. Okay. I did get them in the second castle? I must have, yeah. With grab boots. Oh yeah, when I did the revisit. I must have, yeah. Holy! All the life. Okay. Doggy go, vroom. Ah. Oh my god, streamer is cheating. He blew up the bridge by pressing a button. He's cheating. No. How dare he take advantage of a thing that was put into the game intentionally and just forgotten to be taken out by the developers. Oh, you know what I just realized? We never got Cube of Zoe. That's one of the relics we're still missing as well. I forgot because we had the stopwatch, but yeah. Rib of Vlad! Cerberus had it! From the enemy sanity. We're done. Nice. So yeah, if Jewel of Open was locked in the caverns, this seed would have been impossible.
A switch. Why don't I press it?
No, you won't. No pressing. Nope. Alrighty, and in a convenient location too. Not bad, not bad. You know, 85% of the game checked. No Venus weed, no need to Venus our weed, nope. Seeing you this much HP is wild. To be fair, I am getting HP max ups passively via the enemy sanity. So if I do damage to an enemy and they drop a life vessel, it just like automatically shows up, so. It'd be like that. I already smoked the Venus weed in the second castle. Well, that's the blue Venus weed. The red Venus weed is a different strain that gives you more of a body high. And also, every time you cough, it tastes like cum. That's why it's called the red Venus, or penis weed. He could die. No. No, I can't. I be smoking on that corpse weed. Yup. Ah. Imagine dying with Alucard shield spell active. True. I mean, I don't have the shield spell active, but I could. In fact, maybe I will. As soon as I find the shields section, up there it is. And then as soon as I find the rod section, again, the menus are, oh god, geez. No, where's my rods? There we go. Good thing Castlevania does not have bottomless pits. True. Imagine making a Metroidvania where if you fall in a hole, you just die. It's just a bottomless pit. Just imagine. Couldn't be me. Yeah. I guess my estimate was relatively correct. 3 to 4 hours was my original estimate. I'm going to be slightly faster than that. Streamer failing to get the rod in his hand. Listen, okay? Not everybody's constantly gripping the rod. Sometimes you gotta stop gripping the rod so you can do other things in life. Why does Twitch randomly decide to not send my text? I think there's like something going on with like the internet as a whole. Is it just me? Also, Shaft has so much fucking HP. Holy shit. I feel like websites aren't loading is this like an AWS situation again? Like YouTube's not loading properly for me sometimes. Twitch has been giving me issues sometimes. Those are like the two websites I use. So if there's other issues on the internet, I wouldn't know. Has the AI vibe coded in shitification finally kicked in and the internet's gonna crash because all web developers are just asking fucking ChatGPT to code the internet for them? Is it finally happening? If so, it's been a pleasure, y'all. I'll go down with the ship.
Go back once you
GG's, that's a lot of health on Dracula, by the way. Fighting that guy legitimately would have sucked. But we've done it. Hold on. Time. World record.
I've been so defeated.
No logic, no glitches.
Doomed ever since you lost the ability.
No problem. World record right here. This is a pretty fun rando. I might be doing these every once in a while just to do something fun.
If he gains the
I
world,
did like the idea of the problem solving of finding a thrust sword via the bestiary. I think that's pretty cool.
I believe.
That was a fun little thing that made this entire run possible. Because I don't think without that thrust sword, the run would have finished, for sure.
What were Lisa's last words?
Less than 100 checks left. To be fair, most of those checks were also, like, I skipped a lot of checks where I saw them visually, but I didn't pick them up. And the tracker only checks if you pick them up. So I definitely did more than the 450 or whatever that was showing up there.
Lisa, forgive me.
But yeah, it was a good time. If you enjoyed watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Join the live streams on twitch.tv/dragonblitz. Come say hi in the chat. Drop a Prime sub if you're feeling frisky. Or tier 3 if you've got it like that. I don't know. And I'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Have a good one. Bye-bye.